Hello, hello, and welcome to another Friday night of live crafting. Welcome, everyone. Lovely to see some people here already tonight. I hope you've all had a fantastic week and it's been productive and all the good things that a week should be. I'm just quickly going to read through the comments because there's not too many, and the thing is, if I leave it too long, I can never catch up. So I'm just going to quickly look through them now, make sure that I haven't missed anything. Oh, Shirley, that'll be good to see you at card making in a couple of weeks. That'll be great. Let me see. Oh, you went up for coffee? That sounds nice, Donna. That's lovely. Good evening, Monique, or good morning, I should say, where you are. And let's see, Rose, how are you doing? Hey, Denise, I hope you're going to have a less stressful week this week than you did last week. I'm hoping you will. Well, it was not the week just gone, but the week before that was really stressful, right? Denise's daughter got married, so that's pretty exciting, but very stressful. Hey, Cindy, nice to see you. It's been a little while. Hey, Katrina. Hi, Nari. Hi, Glenda. Hi, Carol. Hey, Margaret. You are back. All right. I'm not going to be able to say hello to absolutely everyone, but I caught most of the people who are here. Anita, I think I missed you. Did I get everyone else? I think I got everyone else. I'm so sorry if I've missed anybody. Okay. So what I'm going to be doing tonight is we're going to do a little bit of chatting about the big news that came out this week. So Thursday morning at 6 a.m., demonstrators were pre-warned that at that time we would be able to see a couple of very exciting things. One was we got to see our first look online at the new catalogue, which is super, super cool. I'm excited for the new things that are coming. It's always cool. The other thing, though, we got to see was the retiring list. And I've actually printed mine out here just in case anyone has any questions about it and needs to ask me anything. So tonight, I want you to think I'm going to try and keep a really close eye on the comments. Even when I'm creating, I'm going to try and keep a close eye so that if anyone has any questions about anything colour related, that you can ask. And if I don't know the answer, well, then I'll find out and I'll learn something too. So I think I know most of the answers, but we shall see. I'm sure someone will be able to ask me a question to stump me, but I'll do my best. The other thing is this is a bigger list than usual. So our last we have two lists, okay? As if it wasn't confusing enough having one, we have two this year because the annual catalogue that's currently running, let me get them so you know what I'm talking about. The annual catalogue is this one. Okay, this one says until April 23. It actually goes until the 1st of May, and the new catalogue will start on the 2nd of May. Okay, now the same deal with the mini catalogue, which I think I've also got down here. There we go. So this one also will end at the same time. So both of our catalogues have a retiring list that's out. Now, here's what's a bit different this year. There's a few different things. Are the new re-inkers okay to use in the old ink pads? That's a really good question. Yeah, I'm sad to see Bermuda Bay going too. Cindy, Bermuda Bay and Pool Party are my two favourite colours. Sorry, I'll come back to you, Rose. Probably my two favourite colours. So I'm very sad that Bermuda Bay is going, but I'm very happy that Pool Party is staying. So, you take the good with the bad, right? Now, Donna, sorry, Rose, you asked about the new re-inkers. Generally speaking, I will say yes. Okay, when we change from the old ink pad style to the new ink pad style, many of the re-inkers that were the old ink pad style did not work in the new pads. I haven't heard that that's the case this time, but I have also heard Stampin' Up say that they recommend, where possible, that you buy the re-inkers at the same time as you buy the ink pads, because over time the consistency can change and they may not work so well down the track if they weren't purchased around the same time. So it's not a foolproof scheme, because sometimes ink pads seem to go past their use by date and they just don't take ink as well as they used to. I don't know why that is. I don't know whether it's weather conditions, humidity. I don't know whether I really don't know. I have no idea. But I do, all you see is a black screen. Can everyone else see me? Colleen's saying she can only see a black screen. Has anyone else got any problems seeing me? Maybe refresh your screen, Colleen. So yeah, Michelle's correct when she said no, Rose, not really. But the latest I have heard is that Stampin' Up are recommending where possible, it's not always possible, but where possible, try and get your re-inkers and ink pads around the same time so that the formula is the same stuff. Okay, so you can see me. Everyone can see me. Colleen, it looks like, I'm so sorry, honey, but it looks like it might be just you. Can you refresh your screen or log out and log back in and see if you can get a better... Yes. What Donna said is true. The happy dance. We all need to do a happy dance because everyone's favorite in color, Fresh Freesia, all the other in colors have been announced that they are retiring, but Fresh Freesia is staying. Yes, it is. So for those of you who are desperately trying to get a Fresh Freesia refill, that's really hard to say quickly, Fresh Freesia refill, if you wanted one of those, don't worry, because Fresh Freesia is sticking around, you will still be able to get the refill. So right now, I look tonight, and we've only got 2 items that are currently unorderable. One, this is in Australia. It's a different story overseas. Hey, Daniil, how are you? Oh, you're making earrings. Emma's making earrings at the moment too. You guys should chat. So yeah, you'll find that I've got to remember what I was saying. What was I saying? Can anyone remember? Oh my gosh, I'm all over the place. So Michelle says we're advised to not mix the old with the new due to chemical and environmental changes. That makes sense. Okay, so try and get your inks around the same time. So the 2 unorderable things I've remembered. The 2 unorderable things: Fresh Freesia refills, which I believe are due in at the moment, unless it changes, around the week of the 10th of April. Okay. Now, the other thing that is sold out right now is Blushing Bride ink pad. Okay. Now, Blushing Bride is one of the colors that is retiring. It's on the retiring list. Cindy said that Fresh Freesia was her least favorite of the ink colors. There you go. That's interesting. Everyone's different, right? You might be in the minority, but that's okay. Sometimes, sometimes it's good to be different, right? Fresh Freesia, actually, I don't know which was my favorite in color this time. I really don't know. I've still got all my colors here. Polish Pink grew on me. I didn't like it at the start, but by the end I did like it. And I did like Pale Papaya. Pale Papaya was a great color to use in sunsets, if you were making sunsets. Hey, Lorraine. Oh, I know. That's the other thing. Okay. So that was the other bombshell that came this week, and that was the Stamparatus is making an exit. All right. So this is what I want to tell you at the moment. Okay. This is important. The actual retired list, even though it's been issued, they've given us a few days to sit with it to work out, I guess, what we need or what we want. But the actual discounts don't start until the 4th of April. 4th of April. So Tuesday. Is that right? Is that Tuesday? I think it's Tuesday. Let me look at my calendar. Because tomorrow is the 1st of April here. So it's April Fool's Day tomorrow. But no joke, Tuesday's the 4th. And that's the day that it will you'll be able to get the discounted prices on the last chance list. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it, because the writing is ridiculously small, but where is it? In this column here, this is, if there are discounts, that's where they show. And you can see there is a lot of things that are discounted. In fact, there's more things discounted than not discounted. But if they are not discounted, we already know about them. And if it's something you desperately want and something you really need to have, I would suggest that you do not wait. So, for example, if you really want a Stamparatus, I can tell you, looking at this list, that the Stamparatus is not on sale. Don't wait until Tuesday to get it, because who knows if it's going to sell out between now and then. I don't know. I've got no clue. So it just depends on how many they have in the warehouse, how many people decide they need to have one. Personally, I won't be buying one because I already have 2. I have 2 Stamparatuses, and I use, or somebody, I think my son likes to call them Stamparati or something like that. But the whole point is that the Stamparatus is leaving us, and a lot of people are very sad about it. And if you don't have one and you would like to get one before they're gone, because it is an amazing stamp positioning tool, then I would say don't wait. Jump in and get it. And there are some other things. For example, some of the things that are only 10% off, some things are discounted by 10%, and then 20, 30, all the way up to 60%. The things that are 60% off, you're probably best to wait. But if it's a low discount and it's something you really want, maybe don't wait. Maybe grab it. Okay. Depends. If it's going to be cheaper to order. So if you order tomorrow, would that go on our next quarter? Yes. Okay. For those of you who are demonstrators, just bearing in mind that I know I have both groups of people. I have people who are demonstrators, not in my team, just demonstrators all over the world. There's a lot of you who are demonstrators. If you're not a demonstrator, then you're a customer or you're a watcher, or you might be somebody else's customer. It doesn't matter. It's really lovely to have you here no matter what. So my whole thinking is that if you are a demonstrator and you need to get your quarter in by the end of March, it might be worth you putting an order in tonight before the end of the 31st. Okay. But if you're wanting your sales to go towards the next quarter, yes, Katrina, if you order tomorrow, it will go on your next quarter because April is the beginning of a new quarter. I don't know what items are going to sell out, but traditionally what has sold out first is the refills. Okay. I don't want to talk too much longer because I know some of you are here to see crafting, and I'm happy to answer questions while I'm doing that. But I hope that if you do have questions, you continue to ask them. If I miss them, I'll come back at the end and try and go through. Are there any others that I've missed at this point? Nice to have you back with us, Cherie. I'm glad you're feeling better. Awesome. Sad to see So Saffron and Bermuda Bay. Yes. And I think I saw Katrina mention that she was sad that Sahara Sand was going. So Saffron was a color I did not like once upon a time. It has grown on me and I now use it and like it. In fact, I'd say I love it. I love using it very much because it's such a soft yellow. We are getting some good replacements for some of the colors. So a lot of people in my team were upset to say goodbye to soft suede, but we have a new color that seems like it might be a really good replacement, and that new color is called Pecan Pie. Isn't that a great name for a color? It's a great name. So yeah, we did miss Cherie, Michelle, didn't we? I noticed she was noticed by her absence the last few weeks. Let's have a look. Yes, exactly. And as Michelle is saying, do be careful what you share because of the mixed audience. So we have to be a little bit careful. What are demonstrators allowed to share? So this might be useful information for some of you out there. You are allowed to share the cover of the new catalogue when you have it, or images of the cover. Okay, you're not allowed to show at the moment the contents of the catalogue, but you can show, of course, your customers the retired list, because it helps them plan what they want and make the decision whether they want to order straight away or if they want to wait until the 4th to get the discounts. Just bearing in mind that not everything is discounted. For example, the Stamparatus is not discounted. So tonight I thought I'd use something. I'm going to switch over to the desk. Here we go. I'm going to use something that that I like, and I pulled it out of the shelf just before we came. So many things. Also, you'll notice there's some asterisks, and the asterisks mean different things. Okay, so for example, if it has 4 asterisks, the item is not retiring, but it is being configured, which means the packaging is changing, or the configuration of the of the certain colors is changing, that sort of thing. So the items will still be available, but they're going to be different in the new catalog. So it's worth looking. For those of you who are confused by some of this, if you see asterisks in the first column, do look at the key down the bottom to see what they mean, and that might really help you. So you're upset, Charmaine. I know. It doesn't mean you can't still use it, though. You can still use the Stamparatus. It just means we won't have it to sell. And I have to say, I sold a lot of Stamparatuses in the first year or two that it was out, and then sales of that have really declined in the last couple of years. It's ages since I sold one, so that doesn't make good business sense, even though it's a great tool to have. So just one of those things. All right, so there's a thing on here, let me find it. On page 174 in the catalogue is a thing called the stitched greenery die, and I haven't used mine in a long time, and I love it. So 174, let's look that up. It's this here. I don't know if you can see that. It's a bit, can we see it? Oh, hang on. Oh, gosh. Sorry. There it is. I'll show you the real thing anyway. That'll be much better than this. So it's this die here. And the nice thing about this die is it's basically the size of a whole card front. All right, now I'm just going to check. So I probably need to get a trusty ruler or something, but let me just put my piece of paper here. Stitch Greenery die is going to be marked down by 30%. So normally it is 56, and with the 30% off, it's going to be 39. So that's a good discount. That's a good one to wait for. So that one's definitely worth waiting for the 4th. I'm very aware that if people wait for the 4th, okay, and there's something they're really desperate for, they really, really want it, be careful that it's not sold out by the time you try and buy it, even on the 4th. And things like refills and ink pads and those sorts of things are going to go quickly. So I was saying before, the Blushing Bride ink pad is currently unorderable. It is not going to be continuing. It's definitely retiring, that color. So it says on the list that it's due back in TBA, to be advised. So I don't know if that means it's actually not going to come back, or they are actually going to get another shipment of that. I do not know. So there we go. All right, so let me have a little look. Here's our stitched greenery die. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to get to the actual crafting bit today, but hopefully we can get through some of these pretty quickly. So I'm going to do this card as a pretty simple card. You can see it's quite big. It's a beautiful die, and I love, it's called Stitch Greenery because the leaves that I don't know if you can see it. The leaves are actually like little stitches. So, so nice. I love this die. Right, I'm just going to do it on white. I tell you what, if ever you need to use one of these sorts of dies, which are like a really solid plate with like a stitched design on it, they look fantastic if you emboss, or sorry, cut. Well, really, it's kind of embossing it, right? It's like an embossing plate. But if you do it on metallic foil, it looks fantastic. All right, so let me bring in my toy. My big, now this die absolutely does not fit through the mini machine. You do need the big machine for this. And I'm going to scroll out a little bit so you can see my machine better. And I'm going to be putting it here on the plate. It doesn't really matter where you position this. So this, I thought it was a good time for me to pull out a couple of tools or things that I haven't used in a long while, because, you know, they're going. So does anyone else have this one? I really like it. I think it's really nice. Sorry, I just had to go and grab another plate. Right, so I'm just going to put that down and run this through. Hand on top just makes it go through a little bit more smoothly. All right. So the back even looks good, but what looks really, really nice is the front. Can you see how beautiful that is? Look how nice that cuts. So this is a lovely, really lovely die, and it's one I don't use very often, so it's nice to use it. All right, so I'm deciding what I'm going to do with this. I think we need to use a color that's going to stand out, and I'm thinking this is 10.5 centimeters wide, so this is a little less wide. A full length of A4 cardstock, cut in half vertically at the 10.5 centimeter mark. And I'm going to, now we have a choice here. We can have this landscape so it opens like so on the side, which I don't do very often, but I do like it. Or we can have it going so it sits up like this. Okay, so that would be portrait. Which way should we go? Should we go portrait or should we go landscape? I'm going to go in closer because you can't see, can you? You love it, Denise? I know it's a nice one, isn't it? All right, so I'm trying to keep up with the comments because they're coming fast and furious tonight, and you'll have to excuse me. Use your die a lot? Yeah, it's a really nice one. I really like it. Landscape, says Sally, and I think Sally was first. Portrait said Nairi. Landscape said Cherie. Landscape says Joan. Landscape says Amanda. Oh my goodness, portrait says everyone's got a different opinion on this one. We're kind of split down the middle. So the very first person was Sally with landscape. So that's how we're going to go. We're going to do it like that. Now I'm deciding whether I want to just put the white on the white or whether I want to matte this with another color. And I'm not really sure. What do we think? What do you think, guys? All right. I'm thinking a matte, and I'm going to cut it down ever so slightly. So I'm going to cut this down to 9.5 wide. By 13.8 long. Okay, so I'm cutting 0.5 centimeter off the end and 0.5 centimeter off the side because I want to matte it with another color. And I'm thinking maybe Night of Navy. Let's go with a, or should we go with a retiring color? All right, so shall I go through the list of colors that's retiring? Did everyone see on my private VIP page, I did put up the list of retiring colors, and I'm going to give them to you right now, and I'm going to pick one of those. We're going to pick a color that is retiring. So I was going to do navy, but we won't. Pacific Point is retiring, so that's a bright blue. Let me quickly have a look here. Retiring colors. So the list is Bermuda Bay, sad, 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 sad. Blushing Bride, Mango Melody, Merry Merlot, Mint Macaron, Pear Pizzazz, Pacific Point, Rich Razzleberry, Sahara Sand, So Saffron, and Soft Suede. So they're the list. There's 11 colors that are going. Okay, so, and then we have 11 core colors coming in, which makes sense, right? Because we're still going to have 40 colors in the main color families. So we have four different color families, 10 in each, to make a total of 40, and then another 10 in colors, making a total of 50 colors plus 3 basics, black, white, and vanilla. Okay, so that's our full color range for anyone who's wondering how it works. And yeah, so what have people suggested? Bermuda Bay was Cherie. And then, okay, well, Bermuda Bay it is. I've got a piece here actually that I was using for something else. So I'm just going to cut that down. So this is going to be 10 centimeters. This is going to be the same width as what I just cut down on the white one before. I'm just wondering, that's too short. I can't use that. So I'll have to go with a different piece. I have so much Bermuda Bay cardstock, I could probably start a Bermuda Bay cardstock store because I have heaps and heaps and heaps. All right, so 14.3 by 10. That's our measurement for this card front. All right, so then this piece now is going to map perfectly onto this piece. All right, so I'm going to, you can use Tombow, you can use Seal, you can use whatever you like, and that's what we're going to use for a card base. For a card front, I should say. I'm looking to see what other people have suggested. Rich Razzleberry, I remember when that was originally an in color and it came in and then came back as a core color. I thought that either Rich Razzleberry or Blackberry Bliss would go, one or the other, because they're kind of a little similar, but Blackberry Bliss is my favorite of the two, so I'm actually really glad that they made Rich Razzleberry go and not Blackberry Bliss. All right, so this piece is going to end up right here on the front of our card, like so. All right. How nice is this, though? It's so pretty. All right, I'm thinking, let me have a look. I've got like a little container of pieces here that are really handy to throw onto a card without me having to recut. So let me just grab those. Huh. Oh, here it is. Found it. I was looking everywhere. I couldn't find them. All right. Now, I think I saw on the list, did I see, I'm not going to use them today, but I think these framed florets dies are going from what I saw. Did anyone else notice that? Oh, I just found some Easter chocolates. That's good. All right, so I've got some bits and pieces here, and I'm just going to have a little look and see what might go really well with my card. I could put this in, but I'm going to use I'm going to lose a lot of my leaves, and I don't think I want to lose that much. We've also got, we have some vellum. Vellum is always handy to have. And I'm also looking at some others. It's not quite the shape I want, so I want something with a little bit of a curved edge to it, which I think might look nice. I'm making a decision here, guys. What do you think? I have too many choices. Like, I've got bits of all sorts of things left over from other projects. Does anyone else do this? So I keep like a little container or a bag. Sometimes I have them in a bag. See, I found Easter chocolates. I'll save those for later. Easter's only a week away. That's amazing. And for those of you in New South Wales, if you're in Queensland or Western Australia or Northern Territory, block your ears now. But tomorrow we finish daylight saving, or Sunday morning technically. So, yeah, we all get an extra hour of sleep. Go us. All right, I am not happy with any of these. I'm thinking maybe I'm going to go with this. Maybe. All right, so I have this die doesn't go with anything else. Like, you can use it with a million things. It goes with everything, but it doesn't go, it's not part of a bundle is what I'm trying to say. So I'm just going to grab a nice stamp set. Should we grab a retiring set? Nah, no. I have to work out all the retiring ones. I'm still getting my head around what's retiring. Anybody else? So maybe I'll use one of these. Hooray, It's Your Day is nice but it's, I couldn't be happier to have you as my friend. That would fit nice on this. But I don't know if that's a card I want to say. Is that what I want to say? Is the Peaceful Moments set retiring? We've had this for years, and I'm thinking maybe it is, but I need to check. So I'm actually going to, I think I'm going to use the thank you, because the thank you in here is really, really nice. It's a really lovely, and there's also a congratulations, which would also be nice. All right, let's use the thank you, because I do use a lot of thank you cards. It is retiring, Denise, did you say? Denise, I hope you're sitting there with your retiring list to help me out, because because I just, from memory, like, I just can't remember what's going and what's not going yet. I'll get it in my head eventually. And what I have a new job. Well, this is a job I do every year when the retiring list comes out. I sit down with my catalogue and I go through the whole thing and mark with a highlighter everything that's leaving. And then here we go. This is a really nice thank you. See, isn't that nice? That's a lovely thank you. So this one's retiring. Thank you for letting me know. I know, so much retiring. I agree. Okay, I'm going to add a couple of dimensionals here onto the back. This is going to be a very simple card. I'm just going to put 2 dimensionals behind, because I'm going to be sliding stuff in behind. So I'm going to put this sort of to the right-hand side. And I'm thinking what might be really nice, if I have some close by, is maybe some stripy paper would be really good with this. So this stripy paper, I tend to use stripes a lot in my projects. They go with everything, and they always look good. So I'm just going to take a small amount, maybe about 1/2 centimetre off the edge here. And I'm going to not sure how long I want it to be, but I'll go about 10.5 centimeters. So let's see. I'm going to rip one end off because I want it to be soft. And I'm just going to whack a little bit of Tombow behind that. Who was here for Craft Along yesterday? Some of you were here. I hope you enjoyed the cards we did, or the card we did yesterday, and all the alternate projects as well. Right. So things are starting to happen. Now, I've started pulling out my bow punch again. The bow punch is super handy for all kinds of things. Here it is. So I'm going to use some of this piece here, and I'm going to do a couple of branches in Bermuda Bay. I'm going to do a couple of these. I haven't worked out how many I'm going to use yet, but this is like the world's easiest card, really, probably. And maybe some vellum. Let's grab a scrap of vellum. Actually, I didn't see a scrap of vellum, so I've actually got a whole piece, and I'm just going to cut it in half. And I'm going to grab a couple of these. And the other thing that might look really nice would be either black or silver. That would look good as well. So let's see how this is looking. All right, so if I had a piece here. Let's put in a few bits. Do you think we need black or silver? Here we go. Let's have a look there. How's this coming together? Is it looking nice? Oh, good question. Is the bow punch staying? All right, let's have a look. I will tell you in about 2 seconds, or Denise might tell you, because Denise is certainly good at these things. Let's see. I'm just looking at all my punches. Yeah, the bow punch is staying. It's in the new catalogue. So this is one that's staying. You certainly don't need to rush around to buy this because it's going to be here for a while. All right, so I think I like the vellum overlapping there a little. What do we think? Do we like this? Do we need silver or black? Oh, it matches a new stamp set. Well, that'd be cool. Black says Monique. Black says Denise. Oh, I'm glad you were here for Craft Along, Shirley. That's awesome. That's okay, Denise. If you missed it, you can go back and watch the replay. That's what is great about YouTube. You can go back and watch the replay anytime. So, yeah, I mark my catalogue too, and then if it's discounted, I write down how much it's discounted by. So that way, when somebody says to me, you know, ask me about a particular product, I can say straight away what the story is with the product, because it's a lot easier to find them in the catalogue when you've been using the catalogue for a while than it is to find them on list. Much better. That's okay. Let me go through. Reverse the vellum leaf on the left. So do you mean this one? And I think what I might do is do a couple of the little ones in black. That might look really good. So I'm going to grab my black in just a second. I've got some black cardstock here. This is such a nice punch for a really quick, easy finish to something, you know, like it takes next to no effort. You just stick them on, have them coming out behind something. And I just think it's so much nicer. Actually, that one, I might need to make that one shorter. This is why I only put 2 dimensionals behind this. So I've got plenty of room to put my vellum leaves. All right, so I'm going to grab a bit of black. And we'll just do a couple of these top ones. Oops. So this one is going to go just here. It does look with the black, so that was a good choice. All you ladies who advised me to use the black, thank you. Do we need another black? I think we do. And I'm thinking, should I put this over the top of these or maybe on this side? Right, of course, now I had a message from Jody this afternoon. I saw some photographs that tell me that Jody's on another big boat. I'm not sure where, but I saw her sailing somewhere today. So she's not with us tonight, but she did tell me she wouldn't be able to watch tonight, but to make sure I use plenty of bling. Does that sound like Jody? What do you think? So this one is going to go right here and be centered. And we are definitely going to need some bling, definitely. So the question now is, what bling? Because we have some choices. We could go with pearls. We could go with black dots. Does anyone have any? Yeah, very like Jody, I know, right? Playing pirate again. Yes, indeed. Oh, you spent most of the day sleeping. Well, I hope you feel better tonight, Shirley. So we have lots of choices, and I just can't quite decide. So here's our black dots. If we wanted to go with those, we can. She is out there blinging up the world, indeed. Glitter, says Jamie, and black dot, says Glenda. Well, I don't have, what do I have? These are in-coloured opal rounds, which are really nice, but they're not Bermuda Bay. But the Evening Evergreen actually doesn't look bad. And the Soft Succulent doesn't look bad either. So those are a possibility. What else do we have? We have, of course, we have iridescent rhinestones, because as you guys know, I like to use those on everything. And they're all blingy. See how pretty they are? All those different colours. Soft glitter. I don't have soft glitter that I can think of, Jamie. I'm just thinking. We could colour the pearls blue. We could do that. I have got. That's a great idea, actually, Rose. Let's do that. All right. Let me just quickly grab some. I've got another pack of pearls that's already open. Let me quickly grab them, because I'd rather not have to open a new pack if I don't have to. But we'll see. And let me get these back in the box. I've got stuff everywhere. Does that sound like me? You guys know me better than that, right? Stuff everywhere. Well, if I have to use... Oh, I've also got these, but I don't think they really match. These pool party ones look okay. You can see they're little faceted ones. They look okay. Oh, look, cat hair. But I like your idea of colouring, Rose, colouring the pearls. And you know what? Oh, here you go. Found them. They're right here the whole time. All right, so here's some pearls. Mind you, I don't think I have any of the large pearls left. I only have the little ones, and if I want to use the big ones, I'm going to have to open a new pack anyway. So that's what I'm going to do. Yes, I really should close the ink pad. Thank you, Michelle. You know what I'll end up doing, right? And then I will be able to never forget Bermuda Bay because it'll be everywhere. All right. Take a sip. Yeah. You guys have been watching Susan. I know you have. All right. So I've got my pearls and I'm going to grab my Bermuda Bay. I've got dark and I've got light. So let me have a look and see. All right. So, all right. Let me go. Maybe I'll go light. I don't know. I think maybe light. This is the lighter one. So what we're going to do is color that. And the nice thing about blends is they will color anything at all, like any material. I think that one might be a bit old. Maybe the light one isn't dark enough. Maybe we will go with the dark. Let's try. Yeah, the dark is better. All right, so I'm going to have maybe 2 of the bigger ones. I find it easiest to color them on the piece of paper before you take them off. And then maybe a smaller one of these guys. Yeah, you do need the darker Bermuda Bay. Right, so now we have iridescent pearls that are also Bermuda Bay coloured. All right, so I'm going to, I would like one here in the corner of my thank you. Just something to bear in mind. If you use your, uh-oh. I think I just dropped that one. I just dropped that one on the ground. Oh, no, it's stuck to my finger. Look, I did catch it in time. Here we go. This one wants to go there. Just bear in mind if you've used blends, you do need to give them a few seconds to dry properly, or you can actually, you know, the ink may rub off from the markers. Let's go with a small one. This one wants to stick to my finger as well. And I think maybe this one, maybe here. There we go. So do you think we need anything else? Do we need ribbon, or do you think it looks good just as it is? I was thinking some shimmery paper would be nice. Like some glitter paper. That would look really good, wouldn't it? I might have to have a little think about that. You like the coloured pearls? Yeah, they look good, don't they? Yeah, definitely. It makes it match. Thumbs up. Done. The basic pearls are going, says Denise. Denise, you've obviously had a better look at the catalogue than I've had time to do. But like tomorrow, my plan is to sit down with a highlighter and go right through the whole thing so I know what's going. Because I find that really helps me get it in my mind which things are going. So by the time I speak to you on Sunday night, I should have a better idea. You like it now, lovely as it is? Okay, all right. And I think glimmer paper would look really good, but I'll have a little think about that. Do we have any glimmer paper currently? I'm just trying to remember if we do. We had some beautiful paper in the celebration offering last year. I'm just trying to think. We did have some glittery paper. We've got the fine shimmer paper, but that's in 3 colours that would not match my project. And then specialty paper in the existing catalogue, we have the rose gold, we have the silver foil, but nothing that's really glittery that I want to use. So I might have a little think about that and come back to it. We'll see. But I don't mind it. It's okay. I don't hate it. All right, so I'm going to pop this back in here. And that is the Stitch Greenery die. It's going to be 30% off as of the 4th of April. Okay, so if you like this one, add that to your list and grab it before it's gone. Okay, all right. So just wondering, what would we like to do now? Does anyone have any questions for me before we move on? Do you mean the colour, Denise? Do you mean this is Denise Calloway I'm talking to now? You said it's so sad it's leaving us. I'm assuming you're talking about Bermuda Bay. Because, yep, that is definitely a favourite. We do have glimmer at the moment. What glimmer do we have? Oh, in the mini, of course. Oh, silly me. Well, we have the fine shimmer paper, but that's not going to match. Okay, that's the fine shimmer here. And I think I would want silver. I don't think gold would be right with this. I could possibly use some dry brush metallic because that's soft succulent, but that would almost go with the Bermuda Bay. And I noticed that the Like an Animal paper that I love so much, that's going too. So there was one card. Let me quickly show you the cards from yesterday. These cards are the alternate cards to the card that we made live. Okay, so the card that we made live, let me just move my bits and pieces out of the way. The card we made live was a trifold window, vellum window card. All right, so it was this one, that one. All right, and it opens like this when you open this way and you open this way, so you can write your greeting in here. Okay, so that's the one there. Oh, Donna, you get sad. People get so sad about things. The gnomes are going. So Leslie's already checked it out. Okay, and this is all cut. These flowers are cut from that lovely Hello Irresistible paper. In fact, that's from the same paper pack. You can see some of them are yellow, some of them are pink. So that's the one we did yesterday. And then there's some alternate designs. So the alternate designs are in the tutorial that you can purchase, or if you placed an order with me last month, you get that one for free. And these are the cards featured. This one is the fancy fold pop-out window card. I did that one. There's a video for that one. And then this one, which is the little peekaboo one. The funny thing about this card is that absolutely everything on this card is going. The Like an Animal paper is going. The Love Cat set is going. The Picture This dies are going. And the Stamparatus that I use to position them, that's going too. So everything that I use for this card is going. So, yeah. And then this one is the split acetate, the split window acetate. And you can see it. It's a very simple little card, but there's a tutorial for this one in the bundle as well. And then this one is the trifold scenery card, scenery window. So there you go. And I gave some little tips on managing the dimensionals inside that as well. And that's all in the tutorial. All the measurements are also included for you in this group. If you're wondering how to get your hands on them, if you placed an order with me $60 or more last month in February, then you'll be getting this in the next 24 hours or so. If you are in my team, you'll also get this just for being in my team. Okay. The other thing though, if you don't shop with me, and maybe because you live overseas, maybe because you're a demonstrator, maybe any number of other reasons why not, you maybe have another demonstrator that you shop with, but you can purchase these tutorials for 15 Australian dollars. Okay, now the links for that are on my blog, and this is the blog address. You go here to lhiggins.blogspot.com, and when you arrive there, you'll see as you scroll down, there's a Purchase Now button. You just click it, pay by PayPal, and immediately the tutorial is delivered to you. Okay. If anyone has any problems with it, please just reach out, let me know, and I'll fix it up for you. So this is something I've been doing for a good long while now. I started doing this middle of last year, and every month I do it. So if you're placing an order $60 or more each month by the last day of the month, then you get the supply pack to make the project with me the following month when I do my craft along project. So today is the 31st of March. So if you want to make sure you get the supply pack for craft along next month, you do have to have your order in by tonight. So you've got a bit of time, don't worry. But that's what's happening tonight. All right. Shall we do another card? What do you think? Would we like to do another card? And does anyone have anything that they particularly want to craft with or play around with? I'm going to do just a really simple card because I love this paper. This is an online exclusive product. This one is not in a catalogue. That means it is not retiring. Rather, it is available until sold out. Okay, so at the moment, these are still available, and they're only you can find them in the online store. Absolutely beautiful. It's a lovely, lovely suite of products, and this paper is so lovely. I love that the dies match these, which means that you can Let me just find one for you. You can match up with these and cut them out and use them on your projects without having to do any stamping at all if you don't want to. So you can see our dies match the stamps. And there's lots and lots and lots of the leaves. So you've got your two different designs here. And also there's a little tiny weeny one here. This one cuts out these in between. So all the leaves on this page can be cut out, okay, which makes it really, really usable. I love that. The other thing is that we have some beautiful dies. This is the one that I used for the front of the card that I showed you in my craft along yesterday. So that there, that lovely die to cut that window, that's this. Okay, that's where it comes from. This label here comes from the Queen Bee set. I believe the Queen Bee set is also retiring. Can anyone confirm that? I think that's right. Goodness me, so many things going this time. It feels like a really big list, and probably even bigger because of all the retiring colors. So that means all the cardstock's retiring, the inks are retiring, the refills are, you've just got to jump in and get the ones you really want to get while you can. So, all right, let's move that out of the way. I'm going to move my banner off, hide that, and go back to your comments. Of course we are doing another card, says Michelle. Yeah, I think it is too, Denise, the Denise McCabe. I've got two Denises here tonight, so I need to be careful. Now, my favorite paper, I love all the papers in here. I even like this one, and I didn't think I would because I'm not a massive fan of soft seafoam, but it's actually really beautiful, and I have used it a little bit. This color here is Pretty Peacock on a Lost Lagoon background. Two old ink colors that are making a return this time, so that's pretty exciting. And a couple of weeks ago, we did a sea turtle with this one. But the paper that I really like the most in here, let me find it, is this sheet. I just really love this paper. I just think that's so beautiful. So let's use it because we can. And I'm just going to make a really simple card with this. I do already have a card base of basic white. And I'm going to pop that here and fold it over, give it a nice flattening with my bone folder. Now, I would like to put this on here, but I think it needs a matte. Now, the colours in here, we've got Flirty Flamingo, we have Petal Pink, and we have Daffodil Delight that's in that. I'm not sure, is there So Saffron in this pack? It feels like there might be. I'm just looking at the colour because the daffodil, I know it's got daffodil, but sometimes I think that the daffodil seems a lot more muted. It doesn't say So Saffron. So I guess the daffodil's just been watered down in some places. Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Lost Lagoon, Petal Pink, Pretty Peacock, and Soft Seafoam. They're your colours. Aren't they nice? So I think for this one, I'm going to grab some Flirty Flamingo. Let me grab it. Now, I'm not very good at guessing what's going to retire. I'm shocking at it. I'm going to make this a bit smaller than I normally do. I'm going to go down a bit further. So this is going to be 13.8 by 9.5 to give me a little bit more of a white matte around. And then I'm going to, now there's more pink on this side. There's a bit more yellow down here. So I'm thinking about maybe using this side. And so this is going to be 9 half centimeters smaller. And I think I'll get rid of some of the sky and we'll have more of the flowers. So that'll be 13.3 because that's half a centimeter again. All right. So this piece now should fit right there on the mat, and it does. And then when we pop it on here, there's a bit more of a white piece around than I normally would do. Now, I'm going to just pop that right there in the middle. If you were feeling very adventurous, you could actually offset it and have it, you know, you could have it smaller and do like a different offset, but I have to be very deliberate about that. I struggle with cards that are offset. I'm the girl that likes to straighten the picture on the wall because I don't like crooked things. I have made a few offset things that I actually was happy with at the end, but while I was doing it, I was really uncomfortable. Does anyone else know what I mean? I like things to be straight. So if I am going to ever make something a bit wonky on purpose, I make sure that it's really wonky so it looks really deliberate, because I don't like it looking like it's a mistake. Does that make sense to everybody? There's no such thing as late at all, Cheryl. That's completely fine. The Queen Bee set. Yeah, I know. Now, one of the things that has thrown people a little bit with this color thing and all the colors and all the retiring stuff is that some of the stamp sets in our mini catalog came out in both photopolymer and rubber, okay, or cling, okay. So some of them came out in both, and what is really confusing is people have seen them on the retiring list and go, oh my goodness, that set's on the retired list, but they don't realize that the cling set is going away, the cling set is retiring, but the photopolymer is staying, or vice versa. I think in all cases it's the photopolymer that's staying, but I'm not 100% sure of that, but I know it's either one or the other in all cases. So they're not, so it looks like something's retiring, but actually then you'll see it in the catalog and think, but hang on a second, didn't that just retire? It's because they kept the photopolymer but they got rid of the cling. I hope that makes sense. You do offset all the time, Cherie? Oh, okay. On purpose though, this is the question. Are you doing the offset on purpose, or are you straighten things, Leslie? I know, I'm the same. All right. That's your favorite too, Amanda. Isn't this a nice one? It's lovely. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a couple of pieces on the front of my card. So goodness me, we've really gone simple tonight. Oh, what did I drop? Who knows? Don't know. Something fell. I don't think it was bad. All right. So I've actually got, something I did have a look at that's on the list. Let me quickly grab my list, or someone can maybe look it up for me. The layering circles. I think I heard that those maybe were going. Can someone check the layering circles? Let me quickly grab them. So the layering circle's been around for years and years and years. Okay, they are. I thought they were. Yeah. So part of the reason is now we have the stylish shapes that make those lovely. There's 6 different circles and they have the stitched edges and they're really, really nice. But the layering circles have 16 different circles, 8 scalloped and 8 plain. So you can see how I've got mine here. All right. I love them. They're really, really nice. I'm actually going to grab a couple of different sizes. I'm deciding maybe I'll go down 2 because I'm going to do one in vellum and one just on white. I like them. I like having a vellum piece underneath. Also, the other things that I really love, some of you know the painted labels stamps. Those dies are really lovely as well. And you can put a nice vellum shape behind another piece. So let me grab the vellum piece that I had here before. I did have a vellum piece before. Do you remember? Now I won't be able to find it. I can always grab another piece, but oh, here we go. This piece will do. All right. So I'm going to do my bigger one. And let me come out again so you can see what I'm doing. All right. So the bigger one here. And we'll wheel that through. So these ones won't have stitched edges. And I think the layering circles was one of the reasons that we lost our punches, because, and you notice that the punches are now making a comeback and the layering circles are on their way out. So that's kind of interesting, isn't it? So let me grab a piece of basic white card. just going to move that piece there and grab this one. And this just fits. Oh my goodness, just. And pop this on. Now, something I did see that is on the retiring list is the basic white seam binding ribbon. That's going. Did anyone else notice that? So I think we should use it tonight in honor of the fact that it's going. All right, so I'm going to use the same set again that's matching. This set matches this beautiful paper. And I'm going to grab I think the Hello is a nice one because I use a lot of Hellos. And I'm going to pop that on block B. I'm going to grab my Flirty Flamingo. I'm going to pop that just above halfway. Just like that. All right, and this is going to end up on top of here, and this is going to end up here, probably here, because it's such nice paper. Isn't it lovely? All right, so to make this look even nicer, let's grab, I'm going to use a blending brush. Has everyone seen these? These are the baby, or they're not called baby. I think they're called small blending brushes. I like calling them baby blending brushes because it's cuter. I've got one in a by itself. And I'm going to actually use So Saffron, which is one of the retiring colors. Even though this is lighter than the daffodil, I want it to be soft because this is quite soft here on the paper. So let's open that, pick up some of our ink, and I'm just going to gently go over this. I wouldn't want it any brighter or darker than that. And you can see the small blending brush is really good for doing a good job of that. And then I'm going to turn this over and grab myself some dimensionals. 1, 2, 1, 2. I think we've gone a bit long tonight, and I'm sorry about that, but there was so much to tell you. Goodness me. Yeah, Cookie's here, Jamie. You'd love him. You have to come visit one day and say hi to the boys, the 4-legged boys, and the 2-legged birdie. All right, so this is going to go right about here. And I'm actually, I'm going to use dimensionals behind the vellum as well. You don't have to. You could just, you could use that on flat if you wanted. And then I think we need to get our seam binding ribbon, and we're going to colour it. Right there. All right, so I have got some, just looking for the right. So this is So Saffron. That's light So Saffron. Do I have a dark one? I've got plenty of daffodil, but I don't know if I want to use that. I've used a lot of So Saffron when we had do you remember the, where is it? Oh, that's light daffodil. Maybe the light daffodil will work. I think the dark daffodil is too dark, but when we had the magnolias, do you remember the magnolias? And I did a million So Saffron magnolias. Yeah, that's the only one I can see handy right now. So I'm going to grab, this is the seam binding. Now the seam binding ribbon has been one of my favorite ribbons to color because it's so soft and so easy to work with, easy to tie and easy to color. So let's just let's just get that off there. And before I try and tie this, I'm wondering, let's see how dark. This is the, that might be fine. So the question is, do we go light so saffron or do we go light daffodil? That is the question. This one, the seam binding is going. Actually, quite a lot of ribbons are going. Let me quickly tell you on the ribbon page. So there's lots and lots of the jewels going. Well, obviously the evening evergreen window pane ribbon is going. The white seam binding ribbon, this one. There's lots and lots, but I'm just looking to see. The Pool Party sheer ribbon is going, which I'm sad about because that's one of my favorite ribbons. Does everyone know which one I mean? I mean, this is the Pool Party. So I'll be sure to use that up this month. This is the Pool Party sheer ribbon. It's really, really pretty. Can you see it? That's going. What else is going? All the open weave ribbons in the in colours are going, but that's no surprise. The gold shimmer ribbon is going. So there's actually lots of ribbon making an exit. For those of you who are looking for a bargain, most of the ribbons, if I look at them, most of them have got a decent discount, anything between 10 and 60%. So all the ribbons are discounted that I can see. So it's like all this is ribbon, 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 all discounted. And then the next thing is not discounted is Stamparatus. So, all right. Light daffodil, says Nairi. Let's see. Okay, we're going light daffodil because that's what people said. So we're going to go, it'll be a little brighter, but that's okay. Now, the good thing about, there is no special technique to doing this. You just lay it out on your scrap paper and run your blend along. And the alcohol in the blends just soaks straight through this very soft ribbon. Hey, Denise, something I saw that's staying, which I'm kind of pleased about, is that variegated balmy blue and white ribbon from the By the Bay collection. That's sticking around. So I noticed that in the new catalogue. Okay, here's the thing, guys. Let me have a little chat to you, and I would like you to have a really close listen to this because I think this is something that some of you may be interested in. Some of you may think to yourselves, oh, I would love to get all those new things. The other thing that's worth mentioning is that the new catalogue is going to see some price increases. So there are some items that even though they're not retiring, you might be well advised to grab them in April. For those of you who want all the new colours, all of them, they're going to be available as like a bundle of new colours that you can do to, quickly update all your colourings. If you wish, what you could do, if you would like them sooner than the 2nd of May when the new catalogue comes out, you could join as a demonstrator in April, anytime after the 4th, and you would be able to order all those things as part of your kit. So you'll get a great discount, but you'd also get your stuff before everybody else. Oh, that does look nice. Doesn't that ribbon look nice on there? Look, there we go. I don't know. The pink would have looked good too. But I actually don't have Flirty Flamingo in a blend. Probably a colour I need to get, but I don't have it currently. So my suggestion is think really seriously about the pros of becoming a demonstrator because there are actually a ton of pros. It's not just about getting – there are two things to think about. First of all is the price. The price is $169 and you would be able to get all your new colours in there, okay? That's one option. We could talk that over. The other thing that you could do, though, is think about not just the price, but the value, because the value is priceless. You don't just get the products for a certain price. You also get, how come I don't have it? What, Flirty Flamingo? I don't know. I don't have all the blends. I only have some of them. I have the ones I use the most often. All right, so I'm going to pop that there. I'm deciding... maybe, so we have some petal pink that might look nice in this, or we could throw on some pearls, or The other option is some iridescent rhinestones. I think those would look really nice. Which way should we go? Because iridescent rhinestones are the blingiest, so we could go with those. It's nice hearing you talk to each other like that. That's lovely. You have all the blends. There you go. Full set syndrome. Yeah, I know there's a few people around with full set syndrome. I don't particularly have that, but there are certain items I like to have everything. The blings, so we're going to go with the rhinestones. Yeah, and Glenda said the same. All right, so that's what we're going to do. So let me throw one down here. This is this one's, there's two stuck together. There we go. One there. And one here. And I'm going to add a little guy up the top. Oh, but that one's got a bonus cat hair, so I'm going to not use that one and use one that doesn't have a cat hair. There we go. There we go. Do we like it? What do you think? That little bit of shading underneath the greeting, I think, really looks terrific. Look, really, really helps. So yeah, do think about joining in April if you would like to get the colours early and at a fantastic discount, because there is nothing to lose. And like I said, the value of the kit is priceless. You get the community of demonstrators, and you've met a lot of them here on the calls. They're a fantastic group. We have a team group. We have all sorts of stuff going on from time to time. In fact, we just had a retreat last week, a virtual retreat that was a heap of fun. So do think about it, because it's such a good deal. Even any time, the kit is always a good deal. But if you would like more information, I will send you something in the post that you can go through everything and make up your own mind. All right. So we have 2 cards that we did tonight. Here we go. Here are our 2 cards. Push all my bits and pieces out of the way. We did a very simple card with the beautiful stitched greenery die. Okay. And then we did one with the Hello Irresistible paper with a little bit of help from the stamp set. And there we go. There's our cards. Thank you for your patience with me tonight. I know there was a lot of talking, and normally I would craft more than I talk, but tonight there was more talk than craft. So I hope nobody minds. I'll be back on Sunday night, and maybe we'll just get into the crafting, but I'm hoping by Sunday night to have more of an idea of exactly what is going and what is staying. But if you have questions, please ask me. Here's the big dates you need to know. Tonight's the deadline for people who want the supply pack for next month's craft along. The 4th is the day that the retiring specials, any discounts, will be starting. Okay, the retiring list is actually available now. I've popped it on my both my private VIP page, and I think I also put it in my newsletter. If you don't get the newsletter, please sign up for the newsletter, because then you get all that kind of information. The actual catalogue, the new catalogue date is the 2nd of May, which means the 1st of May is the last day for all the bits and pieces that are still left if they haven't sold out before then. So there's a lot of things to think about. If you have any questions, please reach out. Otherwise, I'll see you Sunday night. Stay well, stay happy, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.